Hello and welcome to Scotty's Shed. This is my first video for my YouTube channel. I thought I'd do something as a little bit of an introduction, so that you can get an understanding of what sort of content you might find on my page or on my channel. I wanted to explain a little bit about myself and what I think, or why I'm thinking of wanted to do this channel. With a fair bit of consultation with some friends, they thought it would be a good idea. They think that there's a lot of things I can offer that might help others, and if you're willing to put the time in, then it wouldn't be a bad idea. And people might get to learn a bit out of it, and or just see that people can get things done without having to pay exorbitant prices at workshops with some basic tools. I've just got a very basic workshop, but it's probably my skills that gets me over the line. Being a bit older, I've had 30 years as a trade as a plumber, and or over 30 years. So in that time, the skills you learn in the trade can carry over into other areas once you just have a bit of thought on how you're going to get around the situation or whatever you're trying to make or repair. I've done all sorts of things, but my main love, I suppose, at the moment these days is my fabrication, car, or mainly to do with cars, and restoration and in performance. So the cars that I've got, to give you an understanding of the performance side of things, I do have like a super sedan style drag car, which I'm still trying to get used to. I've got an FE Holden with a small block Chev in it, which runs 10s over the quarter mile. And you can see behind me, I've got an FE station wagon and an FC ute. Both of those cars are in this small stages of restoration. The ute is going to be a Holden red motor powered ute, and the station wagon is still going to stay the grey motor. In doing so, I like to change things up a bit. I am one sort of person that doesn't like to be the vanilla style. I like to be a little bit different, and I think a little bit outside the square. So my ute is going to be red motor, as I said, but it's going to be 3-speed all synchro on the tree, whereas most people would go 4-speed or a Trimatic, or even go for a 5-speed gearbox. I want to keep it sort of more. I want to keep the bench seat, but also make it an original style car to drive, but have that performance of the later model engine of a red motor, and it'll be a 186. But in doing that, there's a fair bit of thought gone into the engine, in the sense of high compression cylinder head, and a good camshaft that will make the engine work better, be efficient, and the manifold and carburetor will be a Weber downdraft carburetor on a 2-barrel manifold. Then the station wagon, which is standard original Holden FE 1957 station wagon. It's grey motor powered with a little bit of head work, a bit of port work, but my intention is there to add a little Toyota supercharger to it, just to give that little bit of a push to get up a hill. Nothing eccentric to be chasing any sort of power. It's just something to be different. We'll probably put a carburetor on top of that, or off to the side of that, and then and it's just still going to be crash box, old original grey motor gearbox with all original running gear, except I'll be putting a ball joint HR front end in it and a HR diff, and that is only for the braking ability, and the ball joints don't wear like kingpins. So it's going to be for reliability as much as it's going to be for cruisability. And then going into the race side of things with my FE, I've had that one since 1989-ish, 30 something years, over 30 years. and build it all myself. That was my first. That was what proved to me that I can personally do whatever I put my mind to, and the outcome is only as good or as bad as the amount of preparation you put into it. So I did a lot of research, I did a lot of things that was way out of my comfort zone, as in I painted it, bodywork, built the engine originally, front end, did all the floor pans, all the engineering side of things, and got it 100% V8 registered or modified registered in Victoria, with the engine and the driveline the way it is. So to me, I consider that quite a complicated, what do you call it? A good job? I don't know, whatever the word means for that. I'm quite proud of myself for doing that. There's not a lot of cars around like that these days. Not the ones that get built by the person who actually drives them. So that's that car. Then if you go into my drag car, so because I was racing the FE, because of the rules, got too fast for whatever the tracks were and blah blah blah. So I wasn't going to put a roll cage in it. It's still just a cruiser, a nice tough cruiser, but it's still a cruiser. So I wanted to, instead of spending the money on building a new car, well actually I was going to build a new car. The black ute behind me was going to turn into a drag car. The whole intention was to turn it into a super sedan style race car, something that I could run down to around the low nines, potentially, not necessarily chasing those numbers, but just more, that's the sort of speed I think I'd be happy with, to enjoy, and not have to go to the racing and not have to spend a lot of time on tuning and maintaining the car. So I started collecting bits and talking to people and getting ideas and blah blah blah. And anyway, the Mazda that I ended up buying came up for sale, and really it was all the car I wanted, but in a Mazda shape. So I said, well, and the price that I paid for it was well below what I could have built a car for. So it was a no-brainer to buy it, and it put me 2 years ahead probably of being able to drag race. So I've been in that car. I'm not comfortable. I mean, I'm comfortable in the car, but I'm not comfortable yet with the tune and the way the car handles. So I've got a lot of work of learning to do when it comes to setting up a drag car. So I need to, and I've got a lot of good people behind me that have offered advice and who are very knowledgeable. And so it's going to be a good fun project to slowly chip away at, and hopefully we may get down to that low 9 figure, but it's all part of the fun. If you don't have a little bit of a carrot in front of you, so to speak, to keep you going, you'll probably just sit down and stop. So over the winter, I'm hoping, or our Australian winter, I'm hoping I get enough time to start setting that car up, so that the next time I get out towards the end of the year, we end up getting some performance gains. But in a nutshell, my channel's going to be about doing stuff in my garage as much as I can, or in my shed as much as I can. And if I have to go outsourcing, my plan would be to introduce you to the people that I'm going to. If I'm allowed to, go through their workshop area, give you an insight into the people that are out there and the quality of the people that are willing to do business with you, and also give you great advice. Sometimes money can't buy some of the advice that friends can give you. So and also the part of that is they do become friends. They're not just, they become initially a person that you go to get the plans in place and all the things that you want to do done. But then when you talk to them, they actually give you all that advice, and then you become friends because they want to see you succeed as well. So I've got so many good friends out of just being able to do what I do. So I don't know whether I can say a lot more. It's not going to be a week-to-week prospect, I'm thinking, with this. It'll be when I can get time, and it does take a lot of time, but it's going to help me hopefully get my projects finished. I think that's about it for me from now. I think I'm going to enjoy doing all this, and I hope you get a bit out of it. Thanks for watching this part. This is my introduction. I hope you stay tuned. I've got some things coming up. I've already started some content. The other thing, one thing I did mean to mention, I don't want to just lock it into the shed. So although I'm going to be making things and putting things together and setting things up, I want to also go out to the events. And we recently did the Holden Powered Holden Nationals, which is an event that Todd Foley runs over at Heathcote in Victoria. And so I raced there with my FE with the Holden, and it's a great weekend. It's if not the best drag racing weekends you go to. And I've got some footage from that of just my group. I don't want to be one of these, I'm going to go out and get all the big fast cars and talk to all the fast guys and not sort of involve all the ones that actually do make up all the other entrants, but they've gone through just as much of a challenge probably to get their cars there, and the story behind a lot of that is not a lot better than actually the racing when you see some of it. So just to see a car go down a 400 metre strip is good. It's great to see the faster ones, but sometimes the story behind how a guy was up till midnight the night before just trying to get his brakes bled or something like that can show the commitment and the enjoyment other people get out of the sport. And I've been in that situation myself, so I totally understand. So I would like to also bring, as part of that content, just the people and how the whole racing scene is made up of good people. So that's it for now. Enjoy this, get on board, and I look forward to maybe run into you somewhere. I'll be more than happy to talk to anyone who wants to come up. Anyone who does know me, I like a chat, and I love a beer. So here's to the Cooper's brand. I didn't get paid for that bit, but yeah, good beers. And thanks for watching. Cheers. Everyone's queued up to get in, get their wristbands so we can go and get our cars sorted out for scrutineering.